Hello, Man in Gray here with another Man in Gray book review. Today's book is Maigret Enjoys Himself by Georges Simenon, translated from French by David Watson. This translation was published in 2017 by Penguin Books. It's 176 pages long. Georges Simenon was a Belgian writer who lived from 1903 to 1983. He was one of the most popular French language authors of the 20th century and also one of the most prolific. He wrote over 400 books and hundreds of short stories during his life. His most popular books by far are the 75 police procedurals he wrote starring Jules Maigret, the chief inspector of the Paris police force. These books were beginning in the 1930s, were very innovative for their time. Maigret solves crimes not with his fists the way American hard-boiled detectives did. He doesn't sit in a chair and use his little gray cells like Agatha Christie's Poirot did. He doesn't use cold logical deduction like Sherlock Holmes, and he doesn't dig through forensic evidence like the CSI TV detectives do. Now, what Simon's detective Maigret did was the same thing that real police detectives do at a crime scene. They show up, they interview everybody involved, and they take notes. And then Maigret, using his knowledge of psychology and human nature, tries to ferret out who the killer is and set a trap for him. This particular novel is the 50th of the 75 Maigret novels, and it's a change of pace. In this book, Maigret is worn out from solving a big case, and his wife and his doctor kind of gang up on him and make him agree to go on a 3-week vacation. But Maigret doesn't really want to go on a vacation because it's summertime, and he knows that all the seaside resorts are going to be jammed with tourists. And so he convinces his wife to stay in Paris and visit the parts of Paris that they never go to, kind of relive their honeymoon experience where so they're going to go to restaurants that they've never gone to before, restaurants they went to when they were just married, and go see shows and everything. And she agrees to this, but she insists that her husband makes a promise that he won't go to the office, he won't go to the police station, and he won't call. She wants to make sure he stays off of all the cases and doesn't get himself involved because she knows what kind of person he is. He becomes obsessed with crimes until he solves them. She's very long-suffering. She's a supportive wife, but she's very long-suffering because Maigret, when he gets his teeth into a crime, just can't let go, and sometimes he goes days without showing up at home. So everything is fine for a while, but then a spectacular murder occurs. A woman's body is found, a naked woman's body is found jammed into a cabinet in a doctor's office. And unfortunately for Maigret, not only is he on vacation, but his top lieutenants, his most experienced detectives, are also off either on another case or they're on vacation. And so this case falls to one of his less experienced underlings. And Maigret's afraid he's going to botch the case, but he's promised not to get involved. So he decides to follow the case in the newspapers. He gets all the newspapers he can every morning and then again in the afternoon, and tries to keep up with the case. And he becomes convinced early on that the guy in charge of the case is following the wrong leads. And so, but he's in a jam because he's promised he's not going to get involved in the case, and he's not going to call or anything. So what he decides to do is write a series of anonymous letters and mail them to the police station, giving them suggestions on where to go, what clues to look at, and so forth. And so he's kind of solving the case by remote control while pretending he's not. He's still going out with his wife and trying to enjoy himself, but the whole time he's thinking about this case, and he's worried about the police, the police in charge of it not solving the crime properly. So it's a fun case. It's much lighter in tone than a lot of Maigret novels, and there's moments of real humor in it, and it has kind of a surprise twist at the end. On the very last page, there's a little twist ending, which is fun. So if you enjoy crime novels and you've never read a Georges Simenon novel before, this is a really fun one to start with. You'll get hooked on it pretty easily. And if you're a fan of Georges Simenon's Maigret novels, you'll enjoy this one as well, because, again, it's sort of lighter in tone from many of the other ones. I think the reason Georges Simon's novels have held up, these Maigret novels have held up over all these decades since they were written, is because he finds kind of the sweet spot uh, between being a literary uh, writer and a pulp writer of genre fiction. Now, a lot of detective and crime novels today fall into two kind of extremes. They're either really kind of superficial, um, cozy mysteries involving cats or cooking, or on the other extreme, there are these 500-page literary crime novels that go off into all kinds of directions, with postmodernist uh, techniques and very stream of consciousness and chopped up narratives and everything. And Simon's Maigret novels have literary merit. He was highly regarded as a writer during his lifetime and today as well. But he keeps the books short and focused. Most of the books are 150 to 180 pages. I don't think any of them are over 200 pages. So he keeps the action moving, and he does what you want. He has this literary ability. He has a great ability to write convincing characters, and he really has a great knowledge of human dynamics and human nature that he plays into a lot, in addition to telling an entertaining story. So if you like this kind of thing, and if you've never read one of these books before, this is a good one to start with. The book is Maigret Enjoys Himself. The author is Georges Simenon. This has been another Man Great Book Review. Thanks for watching.